Did you honestly think I was just going to stop at making shorts and not do a tier list for the liveries? Come on now. This is the BaxtyB livery tier list. Yes, hello everyone, my name is BaxtyB and welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be doing a livery tier list video. Now, you know that I have been doing the ratings for the liveries. They're all on my channel. I've done shorts for all 10 of them, but I wanted to do a longer form video where I talk about the liveries, maybe give a few more reasons as to why I gave the ratings what I did, and put them into this lovely tier list here, because who doesn't love a tier list video? Okay, so we've got them here. I've actually created this template, by the way, so this is a template that you can go out and use. I have no issue with you doing that, so please do go and use your own livery tier list stuff. I'll also put a link to that on my Twitter so you can find it and just go out and make your own content. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? The first one up is Ferrari, straight into S tier. Absolutely wonderful livery, this. I gave this a 10 out of 10. I'm probably going to get criticised for kind of giving Ferrari full marks, even though they've kind of stayed the same, but they've made enough changes for me for it to not lose points, whereas other teams have just not quite hit that. Ferrari, for me, have perfectly implemented the naked carbon look, because that is something that we're going to have to get used to in 2023 for the weight saving that they're all doing, and Ferrari have implemented it perfectly in with the red. And the rear wing as well, with the old school Ferrari logo, is just chef's kiss, beautiful. So Ferrari, absolute slam dunk for me that they get an S tier straight away. So Williams, we're going to put Williams in the A tier. I actually really like this livery. It's a huge step up from last year. Last year they went down the sort of darker blue route with red accent, whereas this time they've gone for sort of a multi-blue. And yeah, I really like this. I think it's a fabulous livery. And also the Duracell airbox, that's the best use of a sponsor in that position that I've seen. You know, previously Mercedes used to have Ineos red there, and it just wasn't particularly nice, whereas Williams with the Duracell have absolutely nailed it. Alfa Romeo, they go into the S tier as well. Now, it got a 9 out of 10 from me, but for me, this is still an S tier livery. As good as well, this came out before Ferrari, and I thought there is nobody that's going to do a livery better than this. But they have just gone with the red and black theme. Obviously, Steak is now a major sponsor with them as well. And actually, you know what? It's a beautiful mix of red and black. Again, I really like this livery. I think it's the best livery that Alfa Romeo have done since they've been in the sport. And look, I think they'll be hard-pressed to top it. I think they've got, what, 2 liveries remaining. I mean, it is in part due to the fact that they've lost Orlan as a sponsor as well. They've gone elsewhere, as we'll talk about. But yeah, no, this is a top-class livery from Alfa Romeo. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to see it on the Bahrain track in testing. Okay, next up we've got Aston Martin, which I'm putting in the B tier. It's a beautiful racing green, which is one of my favourite colours. I absolutely love the Aston Martin racing green, and it's definitely got some naked carbon elements, as you would expect from all of the cars. But actually, you know what, I don't particularly like the fact that they didn't make too many changes. I always like things to be mixed up a bit. So they have lost a point or two there with me. I gave it a 7 in the end, which is quite middling. Yeah, it's a very nice livery, but just because of the fact that it's just too similar to last year for my liking in terms of the livery. In terms of the design of the car, it's completely different. But yeah, no, I can't give Aston any more than a B tier. Mercedes, this livery is just unbelievable. I think it's the best black Mercedes they've done. I think it's also, just for me, one of the greatest liveries of all time. It is absolutely stunning. It plays to their history as well, with keeping the car as plain as possible, not wanting to use paint. I think it is a wonderful livery, and I just hope to God as a Mercedes fan that it's quick. Really hope that it is quick. Okay, next up, Red Bull, D tier. They made no changes whatsoever. They added one sponsor. As nice as the Red Bull livery usually is, they've become very lazy with it in recent years. I always like, as I said, always like to see a bit of change, bit of innovation, but they have done nothing here other than add one sponsor. And they also lose marks for the presentation because the fact they kept us waiting over an hour for the car, and that just soured it even further for me. You'll call me biased against Red Bull all you want, but big slap on the wrist from me on that one. Alpine, they go into the C tier. I don't mind the Alpine livery, but the pink just ruins it. Like, just ruins it and stops it from being a top one. Obviously, Alpine have got two liveries. I actually think the pink livery is better than the blue and the pink, but they've said that the blue and the pink is the main livery. So I'm having to rate that one. And if it didn't have the pink and it actually went with more naked carbon, this would probably be up in the A tier, maybe even pushing S tier. But because of the pink, and I get it, BWT want to be seen, they're a major sponsor, yeah, and their cause is very noble, but I just think the pink colour ruins what could be a very beautiful Alpine blue, but just doesn't work for me at all. Okay, Haas are up next. I would say that this is actually a very good livery by Haas. I think it's a really nice, clean-looking livery. It's a big improvement on last year. I think they've actually really implemented the black well. I think the implementation of the new title sponsor, MoneyGram, is also really well done. Is it a rich energy style and quality of livery? No, it is not. Because the rich energy is up here in S tier. But you know what, Haas, it's a steady improvement. It's not a classic, but it's decent. Okay, AlphaTauri, they go here. I always like the AlphaTauri liveries, and very much like Alpine, the addition of a sponsor has actually ruined this livery from being pretty good. And All In, unfortunately, have caused that for AlphaTauri on this occasion. The red mixed with the blue and white, it just doesn't work for me at all. And yeah, for me, it goes into the C tier. And to finish off, we've been quite quick with this, as always. When it's just a 10, it is normally quite quick. Is McLaren, and I'm putting McLaren up here ahead of Williams. I really like this. I think they have perfectly judged the balance between carbon and paint. And yes, they've got a lot of sponsors on the car. It makes the car look busy, which probably stops it from getting a 9 or a 10. But it is a really beautifully executed livery, and I think it's going to look stunning on the track. I can understand why this one has split the crowd. I know some people don't like it at all. Others just think it's one of the greats. For me, it's in between. I think it's a really nice livery, but I just don't feel that it kind of gets into that upper echelon. It's very good, but not quite up there with the 3 that we have in the S tier. Well, guys, that's it for today. What do you think of the livery tier list that I've created? Please feel free to disagree. I absolutely would love to read your comments on all of this. And if you haven't already, please do check out the YouTube shorts that I've created, rating all of these liveries out of 10. And I even also created a meme version of this as well, which is really rather entertaining, if I do say so myself. But if you want to see more of my content, then please do hit the subscribe button below. We're slowly starting to grow, but you know, more subscribers is always very welcome with me. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and please stay safe, and I shall speak to you all very, very soon. We're nearly there. We're nearly there.